It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if August the 29th, 2025. See if we can keep trying to keep up the daily accomplishments for what it's worth, whether you like it or not. So tickled you're here. Found it interesting. Started earlier yesterday by a couple hours, and yeah, as I've experienced in the past, especially last year, how you just don't get as many people as at night. That's when they all creep and crawl out. Turn Waterman off. Again, Dennis Waterman with the theme tune to New Tricks. Oh, well, I didn't mean quite to turn it off like that, but if that is how it is, I'm gonna. I like the Miss Marple. And I played extensively here. Or somehow this kept playing, not yesterday, but the night before. We'll see what it does this time. And I'll try to watch if others come in or don't come in or whatever. Okay, my main goal here is to get to. I was looking actually for one of my gray pens. They seem to have been down here. Yeah, it's just not dark enough to me. All right, let me see what I can do with this gray. So we're also experimenting too. Judy Smith. Thank you, Judy. And by the way, I'm not posting quite like I hope to, but I will be over at my Artistic Whimsy page over on Facebook. This is where I really excel, is line work. My color work's lousy. People like it. Fine. I do notice trying to go very late, I tend to be too tired. Plans tomorrow, I should be doing a live over on I may probably do one here before I do a live over my Facebook page, which will be pure improv stuff. Kind of just keep all these little drawing things to this locale. Let me see my finger. Dina Martin's doing her program over on Facebook. One of the people I was connected to Facebook before the great demise of the 14th. I'm probably was at a convention when all my Facebook pages vanished, and it seems I'll be back at that convention, though it's in October this year. I do hope I don't see all my Facebook pages vanish again. But I only have two now. Let's see if we can keep this Estonia group going. Somehow, I don't know how I did that. Clappity clap clap. There we go. I think this is a mix. Let's see if that works. Hold on, let's see what I'm doing here. Lots of thunder here and lightning, and most of the planet has been demolished from all the storms. I've actually gotten a lot done today. I've got a new water container. This is not a new kind of water, but it's going to help things, carry things and put brushes away. I put off getting one like that. Realized I needed to do that. And if you get a chance to click the thumbs up, I appreciate it. In fact, I'll do that because I often forget. Well, that arm looks weird. Very small and thin, and oh well. I'm gonna wait till after Dina's program, but when it gets started, afraid something else was gonna happen, and I wouldn't get this done at all. Turn that down a little bit here. Again, this is the Estonia Mandolin Orchestra. They're orchestrating mandolins, which you may be doing right now. I have not the slightest idea what you're up to right here. All right, I see I have another problem I've done here. Ooh, that thing suddenly moved. I need to see if I found out the gray version of this is waterproof. If this is too, which I have not tested, I may start outlining these first. That'll really speed things up for me and also make it a lot less difficult to get these done. There's a lot of bing bang booming outside. Oh, we need it so bad. This is one of our driest, which is terrifying for this time of year. We must have enormous amounts of rain during summer because it dries off typically in the winter. The fall, the winter, the spring. Like there's a song at that time. Now, if what this said is true, there's another Estonia group right after this. We'll find out. Oh, it's got an ad. Chinese. This thing is Wagner? Oh, this is that Anna Bagger. Something I have not done here is sign this, which I'll do here. Okay, well, I don't know if that's any good or not. It's not what my hands look. Funny, someone on one of the pages, I only have two, so I think it was my personal page, commented my work had a certain look to it. That was before I outlined it. It's interesting. This one just bothers me. Uh-oh, it's on the floor. Hold on, I gotta get it. No, I'm gonna put it on the floor. The worst thing about this is trying to get a good thick and thin line. That is supremely difficult with these. My preference would be to use black line, but I am not. Trying to go right here. I like this a lot better than what I had before. Open to all comments and ideas and thoughts. Beep. Oh, nostalgia. Lovive. He looks more and more beautiful as it goes. Have a wonderful evening, Rob. Thank you, nostalgia. It appears he or she may be in France. Thank all who are watching. If you get a chance to click the thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you think this is worth such. These are all 5x7. They're on crescent board, so not cheap stuff. And I'm going still slower than I'd like to. Idea is to pick up speed. Now, oddly enough, I'm going to abandon these, I think, after today. I have another part of this project to get done, and that I believe I'll be endeavoring upon tomorrow. Maybe I may come back to these and keep those wings just like that. I'm not doing a live this Sunday as it goes now. Who knows? I may come back and do one anyway. But I don't think I will be. I don't think I'll be able to. Now, Monday is one of these useless federal holidays. I used to work on this day, on Labor Day. except for the Jerry Lewis telethon. That was the only time I'd regard it. I'm one who go, oh, how many government employees hate me? But I'm one who believes that all federal holidays should be eliminated. I just doesn't make sense, especially as everyone's offended by everything. Just get rid of them. You don't have to worry about offending anybody. Just make them floating holidays, which we had anyway. Maybe one thing if folks were celebrating because of what the day is supposed to be, but that's just not the case. Couldn't care less, whether it be 4th of July or Memorial Day or Labor Day or whatever day. Christmas, even New Year's is just a drunken fest here in the U.S. now. Let's get that over here. How's that looking? Let me see. What do you think? I'll take all comments and thoughts. I think we're just going to leave that just like that as I left this. Come back in here and do a lot of detail. Watch, this is going to look very different when I get done. I'm still trying to figure out the fastest way of getting these done. Because I don't work like everybody else. How someone else does it is not how I'm doing it. But what do you think if you're watching? What do you think about these? Oh, there's iridescent paint here on the wings. This is very different work for me. This is not something I usually do. That was what was interesting about that comment, how someone thought my work looked like something else. Because I've never done this. This works very different for me. Not necessarily drawing characters, but doing this kind of fairy, whatever it is. Not my cup of tea. Now this actually is a brush, and maybe I should be using it. So there, that would be. That's why I'd love to get some input. And this music is also on here, YouTube. It's Estonia. Here's where I really would wish I was using black. I should be using a brush. Oh well. Because of the wings. Now here I've left a little bit too much open space, so I know I need to close it somehow. Make my choices minimal at best. All right. That can't do that. couple colored pencils then. Much as I dislike using colored pencils, but come in here and just do a little bit of this. Oops, trying to get the edges right here. Go. This is not black, this is a gray pen. Just adding a little bit of. The key is to get these things done quickly, and I'm taking time. But can't do it. Let's see if we get the one pencil out of here. Let's see if this works. How y'all doing? I'm trying to do 30 of these. This almost makes it. I'm going to drop them off sometime probably near the end of September. I'm going to put them up for sale. Though I may put them up, I'll probably put all these somehow or other at Fine Art America. These aren't necessarily the best things I've done, or even good necessarily, but also trying to fill up the area there. This is a expensive. This is an aquarelle color pencil, 161. Actually coloring over this because that's not what's prominent here. I know I could have one of those little smudge tools, but my finger's fine. It works just fine, thank you. I don't have to pay it much. Ask for some residual checks occasionally, but you know how fingers are. Yeah, see, that crowd knows. Let's see, how's that looking?
Watch baseball live. The game repeaters are 2K. YouTube TV. Turns it on for 20 times.
Let me see how this is looking. Bring it down a little more. Come on. I'm waiting for the screen I'm looking at to drop down a bit. Great reaction to these dragons I've been doing. Wow. This is coming from my knowledge of alligators, drawing them from life, for studying them. Alligators, lizards, dinosaurs, all the same creature with different names, different IDs, different driver's license, but they're all the same. See one on the road, you've seen them all. Just last Thursday, I was driving along and up pulls up in a semi, a Triceratops. And one of the things about these pencils is that these are actually, this is not an inexpensive pencil. I think it's $7 or something. But and you have to ask for them. Aquarelle. There's a cheap aquarelle, I believe, and this is an expensive one, which is the Caran Dutch Swiss made. But this can also be used in watercolor. But I'm trying to avoid the watercolor because I have a lot of bad luck with doing backgrounds in with watercolor. So I'm trying to do this, which I also don't care for, but if let me know what you think. You're using these, doing backgrounds with colored pencils, how you use them and what you do. Your mileage may vary from what I do. Oh, which reminds me about that Triceratops in the semi. Oh, before I forget, that iridescent paint is this, which is indecent medium from Winsor Newton. It's $5 for this little bottle, but that's where those wings came from. Oops. Okay. You'd probably say you'd like my painted version better, but I don't. I know what I'm trying to get with the sky. That's not still it, but it's closer. Something else I can do. What the hey? And the same here. Well, I'm just going to let that. Oh, I haven't signed it. What name should I sign? Anyone in particular? I was using a colored pencil here. I wonder whether I did with this. All right, so I'm saying that's done. I can't sign this one either. I hate to mess up the way that is. Doing better. And we come to this, this is one actually I started a while back. Here it is. And I dropped it, and I'm just getting back to it. And I'm going to try to do a live from the comic book show a week from Sunday. I'll be drawing. And I hope to be getting back to doing some live Florida history. I've set up a backdrop here to do that. Whether I get to it or not, it's another matter entirely. Because I'll be thinking, I need to get this art stuff done. Just finished a great book on Florida history from 1904, which I think I've lost now, and that's over there on the shelf. Very interesting. It's amazing how we've rewritten history to such a severe degree. I love how that History of Florida book, and by the way, all these pictures take place in Florida some long time ago. To coincide with a comic book project I'm doing. And if you get a chance again, thumbs up. Saying that so much, I'm starting to think I'm a John Morgan ad. I mean, you have to be in Florida to understand that. Irritating bloke. He. Well, you have to say, if you saw the. Where'd it go? Saw the earlier version of this, that's a big change from where it was. Still trying to figure out the fastest way to knock these out. Oh, I just remembered what I forgot to do in that last drawing. Some pinky thing. What was that pink for, I wonder? Was I going to do the hair over there? Yeah. Oh, and I think I was establishing kind of a character that I hadn't really thought about, and that is a central fairy who looks like this. I haven't gotten to the stories involving this yet. I can make them up right now if you like. Except the history. I just wish this had more thick and thin, which I can do with this. Oh, I meant to check the time. 5:29. So I've been doing this for about a half hour. I need to get in about get to a point where I'm doing these about every 5 minutes or less. Once I get a methodology, that won't be difficult at all. What do you think? Does that work? Oops. Hold it. Brush. These are from, this brush pen is from the iridescent paint. And these pencils are from DK Dennis Kaminsky Art Supplies. I'm sure you can order them otherwise. This is from Pop Smart. And that's the same with the gray one. I'm looking for right now because I want to use it. Occasionally they have some great little sales. For example, I got these for half price. They're having a big 50% off sale. I took advantage of it. I admit it. Let me do, I'll use this. Oh, I think I was going to make her eyes green. Whoops. No, back here. Am I going? I was going to give him green eyes. Green eyes. With so much brown outline, you don't want to give more brown. You want to kind of make it another color. Okay. I still have to do some erasing here. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be back with improv. Well, I could do an earlier program on YouTube on Sunday before I go to the ice cream social. Or if that's dry enough. Let's find out the hard way. Well, that's good enough for me. Oh, I haven't signed it. Dang it. Well, that's not good anyway, actually. I have no idea how much we're going to sell these for yet. By the way, you don't. There it is, crescent board, real stuff, not paper. Board, pine board. All right, so we got one, two, we got four out of the way here. I'll go ahead and take the. There's no pencil here, but there's a pencil here. No, there's not. I thought there was. There is. I don't see it. All right, that brings us to girl kissing dog. I was hoping that they were going to play Wagner. I'm a huge Wagner fan. Tannhauser. But I admit, Wagner's a bit much for many. Not for me, but for many. Oh, Caroline. Hello, Caroline. Such a happy character. So, well, I thank you, Caroline. You're a swell Joe, I tell you. Well, swell Caroline, at least. Thank you for coming on by. I admit I've not been doing scheduled stuff here. I meant to be doing this 2, 3 hours ago, but I got caught up in some other things. I've been rearranging things here so I could better do these. And I got some things in the mail which are helping with that also. But the other thing is I'm trying to draw every day. I basically didn't draw for 5 months, and I'm trying to get back to. I also want to get back to remembering Dina Martin. Dean Martin's daughter is doing a live program every Friday, and I forgot today as I'm starting this. Where's Dina? Whereabouts in the UK are you? Are you out toward Manchester, or the Midlands, or down? You going down toward Wales? Really, I should do all of these drawings and only feature all the characters from the TV series The Bill. I really should have a Frank Burnside. What would Frank Burnside look like? You're probably too young, Caroline. Okay, I don't know if you're maybe too young to remember The Bill, but doing an angel like The Bill. I mean, like Burnside. Great series, amongst so many series of the UK. We in the US. Well, if you heard when I opened up with Dennis, hold on. I got to concentrate occasionally. When you're drawing feet, you got to watch how many toes. Don't want to shortchange anyone. I start off with Dennis Quaterman's theme tune from. Hold on, watch what I'm doing here. This is tricky. I should have done this in color, but yeah, I should have done that with watercolor. Oh well. A theme tune from. Yes, there's so many theme tunes that he did, but in this case, it's from New Tricks. Yes, Dennis Waterman. You remember that program? Yes, great. Trying to tell others to tune in because the whole series is basically available on YouTube. Oddly enough, ITV is the one who has it on YouTube. Before, it was a number of other people who had various pieces and parts because you really can't buy the bloody series. You do get 1,000 episodes, and who wants the last 9 seasons? That was a big mistake. Whew. But so many great series. Open all hours, Inspector Frost. Hold on, I'll get on a whole David Jason thing here. I better stop. And you know what's really funny here in the UK? How little Jason's name is known. I know there's a huge following for Danger Mouse back in the late 80s and early 90s. And his name's still not known. That's astounds me. Just astounds me. Astounds me. Lost my gray marker. I showed it here. I had one day. Not all that long ago. Oh, there is. Right, I'll just I'd get another one, but I don't see it. Here we go. Maybe it fell on the floor. Suspended in midair, I guess, somehow. How'd that go away? Yeah, this needs something more, though, doesn't it? Maybe I'll put that light blue. No, I can't find the light blue. Here we go. Yeah, it seemed like only yesterday. Yeah, tuning into programs from the UK, it's really hard to stomach programs from the US. It really is. For me, at least. I don't care much for what's being done today. But and I'm a rare of so many friends who love Monty Python. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. I mean, they're both Ronnies for not just. Don't mean to keep a Ronnie out of this. Both Ronnies were brilliant, just brilliant. There's really no way to say there was an equal here in the U.S. of either one of them. But Ronnie Barker was extraordinarily brilliant. It's not just that he could come up with so many different programs, but they actually got produced over and over and over and over again. This is amazing. We had a fellow here in the U.S. named Norman Lear who pulled off such things. But basically, Norman Lear was just swiping everything from the U.K., which is true. All in the Family and his Maude, all that stuff was UK stuff brought over here. Well, I don't know if that works. So that's a little different. Yeah. Oh, well, together or separately. I found them both brilliant, however they were. Yeah, Blue Sky. The four. Now I don't know the Four Candles. Now you got me. I'll have to look up the Four Candles, which I can't do while I'm doing this. I have to remember to recheck this chat area later. Okay, here we go. There's a little different way. I'm trying to figure out how best to do these. I guess this. Wow, you can hardly tell I did anything. Let's test out these brushes and all. Put these here. One's done. I've got a whole stack from the ones I did the other day. But I don't want to get these mixed up. Let me just see if I may gravely regret this. But what do I know? What now? The Four Candles, what were they? Do they have a variety program? I guess that's okay. Oh, not waterproof. Oh! You're talking about the set piece. Oh, there's so many of those. What was the skit involving in the grocery store? The Indian, the Indian. it was hilarious. Just brilliant work. Well, I'm thinking also what the Ronnie Barker did in the '70s, where he was just popping off. I'm not a big fan of Porridge, actually, and I'm not sure why. It just doesn't work for me for some reason. I think it was too confined. Well, it's funny. The Only Fools and Horses was severely confined most of the time. It worked, but Porridge somehow didn't, for me at least. And there, David Jason was there too at one point. But like open all hours and I'm not going to remember them all. But then there what was that series? Ronnie. Oh God, now I'm suddenly forgetting his last name. Ronnie Barker and Ronnie, not Ronnie Graham. I was just seeing a Hirschfeld drawing of Graham, threw me off. Ugh. Where he plays a single fellow who lives at home with his parents. I think it only ran 2 seasons. It was funny, God, that was funny. And that's the other thing. I love it how well. A couple things. One is that the British know, or those who actors know, they only want. It's not what sells the most. What the actors or writers want to do. If they don't, like John Sullivan was brilliant. He wrote what he wanted to write with Only Fools and Horses and everything else he did. And sorry, I got an ad that popped up here. I can't find my arrow. I've lost my arrow. Someone find my arrow. You want to see my arrow? There we go. Okay. Now I've lost the. How do you come back to this? Okay. Oh, hello, Andrea Kaczynski. Hello. We're talking about Andrea Kaczynski is probably the foremost authority of British programming in the world. I'm kidding. But she runs a great program. She does The Voice of Hope with Andrea Kaczynski. And by the way, if you're on here and want to promote something you do, this is how I am about everything in life. If you're here for me, I'm here for you. So feel free to post whatever it is that you want of your link. If Andrea can post something about the Voice of Hope, her link, go right ahead. Or go look for. Oops, I got something there I didn't want. Now, does that show up now? Oh, some of it does, not all of it. Okay, so the light. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. I better watch what I'm doing here and get myself in all kinds of trouble. As I say, this is a very, very nice colored pencil. COLOR for Andrea, COLOUR for Caroline. Uh, by the way, I also read a lot of British. I'm an Anglophile, as they call. So I often, being a rotten typist, I tend to, I've got to watch what I do with these comics I'm doing, because I'll accidentally start, well, not accidentally, but I need to make sure that I don't have British typing in my comics, because then people get confused. Whoops, I made that too heavy. That's not coming out. Yeah, I was going to say 2 things about British is first of all that they don't run forever, and they may only do 2 seasons because they just want to do 2 seasons. Not what sells, who had the most ads, whatever. It's what, and it's sometimes what the producer writers want to do. It's really about the creative teams, not about money. Now, that's not always true, but it's most. If the BBC has a whole other view of this, but otherwise, and also is that you can see great actors and actresses swing from movies to TV to movies. The greatest actors and actresses in British history across the board would do a top number 1 movie and then do television and then go do a movie. It might be a lousy TV thing. It didn't matter. Here in the U.S., they get the higher crust and never touch television, which was what was really interesting seeing Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren do that series that takes place. Pierce Bronson has now done more than one TV series here in the U.S. Well, that may look odd. Oh, well, Bronston has now dropped himself down to doing television. It's just typical in the UK. You always do that. You're not. You're not. The agents are not trying to put you say you're only this or only that. You do what you want to do, and that's just. I think that's just wonderful. I love that actually. Love it. Love it. Love it. I wish you never had that hierarchical thing here in the U.S. No, no, Remington Steele was before that. I mean, after that that Brosnan finally started making big movies like the James Bond series, amongst others. He did a whole series of them in the '90s, and then to the 2000s, and then he'll do. He was doing some British TV also, but it's been in the last 3 or 4 years here. He's been doing U.S. TV, which I'm sure folks look askew. I mean, what's Helen Mirren doing in a little American TV thing? And but then Brosnan does it too, and that's amazing. That's wonderful. That's just unheard of here in the U.S. You just don't do that. I thought that was very neat. And one of those is I was mentioning David Jason. He did something like Only Fools and Horses. Jumps and while he's doing Only Fools and Horses, he then jumps and does a wonderful, very short-lived. I don't know what the story is behind it, but I'm not going to remember the name of it. It was only 2 seasons. It was each episode was a holiday, and they were all having a party, I think it came out every month or so. I also like that too. Not everything's done year to year. Sometimes there's a 2 year gap or a 3 year gap until they get it right. And Sullivan was good about that too. I think that's what killed Sullivan so young, is that he was just doing too much, trying to do too much. I wish he had kind of held back a bit. I'm one to talk, but I'm not. I'm no John Sullivan. That's for sure. Yeah, they just did that. I haven't seen it. They did something about U.S. West in the 1800s. Then they did another thing too, a mystery of some sort. But that's just difficult. I'm glad Helen Mirren, Helen Mirren. By the way, I wonder whether it's going to be Sir Pierce Brosnan. I think that's coming soon. It's Sir David Jason. But will Nicholas Lyndhurst get such recognition? Who's also done a great number of. I think that's one reason why Kelsey Grammer likes to work over there. Okay, I hope that works. I'm going to say that's done, I think. Let's see if I can blend that in. Yes, in my work I've done over the decades, I'm used to talking and drawing at the same time. In fact, I'm not used to not doing that. Except yeah, I was sorry the virus hysteria shut down, still open all hours. I thought that was outstanding. It brought back most all the other actors except Chris Barker had died, but everybody else and what's her name? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with names. But most of the old cast was back, and the funny thing with the lady who's across the street upstairs that the Jason character has eyes for was just I love how they had that happen now 50 years later. He's as an old man climbing up the ladder, and she's still there. That's just great stuff. That was just I love that. Hilarious. And anyway. The virus hysteria came and shut the whole production down, and he just didn't go back to it. He didn't have to. And he's 80, 86, I think, 87, maybe 87. Well, Lyndhurst has kept himself going, too. And I'm a my very favorite program is Minder. That's it, my very favorite. It's an impossible concept that ran for. I mean, so many of the series in anywhere, TV, whatever country, are all pretty the same with some variations. Minder was left field, but very realistic. And George Cole was unbelievable. It's funny, I've seen so many films that Cole did when he was young, including the Trinian series, and they just really pale to what he later did. like Minder. In fact, he did a great series in the '90s called "Your My Good Friend." Something like, it only ran one season, maybe a season and a half. Brilliant writing, brilliant writing. He did another one kind of like it called Grandpa or something like that. Can't remember if that's before or after. That was good too, but not as good as my good friend. We here in the U.S. everything caters to what the actors and actresses want. Green M&Ms and how far away is the casting trailer, and it's just silly stuff. Whereas in the UK, that's just not the case. So you can kind of do whatever. I think more recently there's been problems with that, but I think the old ways will win out. Well, Andrew, I think was just hit and run here. But yeah, get a chance to click the thumbs up if you want to. Please do. Here, let me use this brush, which is what I probably should use to begin with. Well, the story has a UK connection. That I'm doing this comic book involves a fellow from Ireland who's is the late 1600s has found himself on a ship and falls and finds himself where I am off the Florida coast. Well, I'm not on the off the Florida coast right now because I would be. This would all be very water soaked, and I would be wearing breathing gear. Not far from where I am, let's say. But it takes in the history of the early development of if you will, commercial seaports as a transition from pirating seaports turned into commercial seaports there in along Ireland and Scotland specifically.
Chiefs versus Chargers. Friday, September 5th at 8 p.m.
And that's where all the fairies and things. I'm taking off on the mythology of Ireland here. We have some here. We have mythology here in the U.S., but it's just you just don't talk about it. And we have it here specifically in Florida history, and that's what I'm bringing into the story, not because I like the mythology, but because I like the history. I've got a whole bunch of things involving. How am I going to do this? I need to get this. Back there's a great pen. Yeah, UK, and it really is. There's a lot of efforts to try to make comparisons, but it doesn't work in the long run. There's an effort to make us all alike. We're all supposed to be the same. We're all supposed to like the same thing, same food, same everything, so that the same people can all sell us the same stuff. I can't remember why I'm quite doing this. But, I am sorry to see how much the British television and film has fallen to the public, to the PC police. And it really hurts. It really hurts the creativity because it's clear when you could so easily see when someone's forcing things into storytelling. It should come out naturally. There should not be forcing anything, and that's where creativity works best. Oh, we still can't tell those wigs. Wish I had a gray brush right here. Oh, I do have a gray brush. Well, now I think of it. Too late. I forgot I do have gray brushes right here beside me. I'm not thinking of it. All right, I'm going to call that one done. And thank all who are watching and being a part of this. Thank you. And now, I don't know who all else is here except Caroline, if she's still here. Thank you all. Here we go. Look if it's brown. Okay, rainbows. Well, thank you. And how do you like these drawings? Yeah, I'm curious now. What is your favorite program, UK wise? Should I do that? My favorite program before learning about discovering Minder was a series called Ten Speed and Brown Shoe by a fellow named Stephen Cannell here in the U.S. And it was also it was using some standard ideas of good guy, bad guy, but kind of reversing everything into a series and two actors, Ben Vereen and Jeff Goldblum. Thought it was brilliantly written. But Minder blows it out of the water. I don't think Stephen Cannell was also writing much about his politics in everything he did, which I didn't realize when I was young. I realized as I got older, everything was politics with this guy. And I don't like a lot of our U.S. TV is television and movies are tainted with that, trying to get people to think a certain way. And many of them admit it in biographies and such. There are a few who work not to do that. Woody Allen's one who said that he certainly has a very strong political beliefs, but he keeps it out of his. He's going, and so was Carl Reiner was another who wrote about that. And spoke about it too, I believe. And old Melvin Kaminsky is another one still with us. Old Mel Brooks, a little tainted here or there, but mostly not. Oh, do you have a favorite program? Uh, well, obviously you've watched good stuff. If you're if familiar as you are with David Jason. I was talking to somebody here who loves the not Return to Paradise. What's the series that relatively new series? Someone I talked to was talking to me about how they like that series, which is still going on, and they've done a spin-off with the original first character, which I find interesting. Trying to make sure she looks like she is suspended. Yeah, actually, I don't watch TV. I run it in the background more as filler. It's in time and space. Oh, what did I just something I am? What did I do with it? I've just been dipping into the Enid Blyton books. I picked up 2 last week. What the heck did I do with them? Fuck, I don't know. And maybe they're not. I think I have them blocked here with a board. Yeah, I'm reading one. Oh, probably covered it. Oh, here it is. Yes, here's one. And it's today, UK, US, doesn't matter. Folks will say this is comic book stuff, but whoops, it really isn't. And I noticed something with Blyden's work is that a lot of these are just pretty much the same drawings. I mean, that is that. So she basically drew the same thing, and then this is a flip of that. She just drew it over and over and over again. I mean, that is that with a different expression. But they're nice little stories. And today, people, as I said, would say this is comics. It is sequential storytelling, but it's not comics. And it's rather involved. The stories are very involved. Again, that's the same as that. She just flipped everything around. So she wasn't a tremendous artist. And it looks like mostly she was copying others. Because she has trouble with making the same face in different directions. And if she does, they're basically somewhat the same face and the same body, whether it be bunnies or badgers or whatever, owls. But still, this was a ton of work. God, this is even obviously she's not working quickly here, and she's using at the time she did these. She had to use a dip pen. She didn't have markers, so she's watching blotting ink and smudges and everything else. It's an enormous amount of work. It's very very neat. Anyway, Enid Blyton, a British writer, for those otherwise here. I don't know how. I understand the Enid Blyton books are still available in the UK. Here, they're relative. There is a whole page here over on Facebook for Enid Blyton. Okay, now the tricky part. Though I mostly read books without pictures, I'm trying to make sure I read some with pictures, in that I do so much with pictures. But comics and cartoons, stuff like that, just I've gotten. I love the artwork if it's good artwork. If it's good artwork to me, but I don't read the stuff. No interest. Which is tough when I'm making them. Okay, I need to be not using gray. I need to be using brown. Those are never going to show. Make sure I don't make these look like little stars. I only got 2 more, then I'll disappear from here. Yeah, this needs some blue too. And I think I dropped the pencil I was using. An expensive colored blanky pencil. Oh no, it's right here. I need to get this red pencil out of here. These are, I'm working on, are ones I did early on. In other words, about a couple weeks ago. We're playing around with this thing. Still trying to figure out how best. I know how I would usually do these. Black line, knock it out, bing, 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 gone. I'd be done. I'm trying to make these look palatable to today's taste. Whatever that means. First page of a book. No, I tend to read what I don't know why I'm a completist. It's a issue I tend to have with things. When I get started, I stick with it no matter what. Very, very dedicated to whatever it is I do. Just how I am. I have a lot of reasons not to be doing this right now. And I sure as heck could be just sitting around staring at a wall. But I can't do that. I gotta get results. Gotta get results. I'm reading fiction right now. Involves, well, oddly enough, a British actor who came to the UK, George Saunders. Well, another writer named Craig Rice, not from the UK, was brought in to write a book under George Saunders' name. He was a huge actor in the early 40s. And they just did something similar with Gypsy Rose Lee, who they did called G-String Murders. Well, Craig Rice was brought in to write the book under Gypsy Rose Lee's name. So that it was a pretty good seller, but there was not another one. Well, for some reason Saunders was picked, and there were 2 books done, and I'm reading the first of those. Craig Rice, who was a she, by the way, that wasn't her real name. She wrote under Craig Rice. She, I can't remember her real name. Anyway, her books tend to be a little overdone, which was odd at that time because the idea was to write as fast as you could to get the books out. And so much great writing came about because of that. Let's see if I can repeat the success of the first one, at least one I thought was a rather successful. I liked how that worked. Can I do it again? Gotta remember this brown is not waterproof, so dancing around the brown line, But I've started reading that, and I just read a Craig Rice book about a couple weeks ago. I hadn't read one in a year or 2 years, I don't know. Anyway, it was still long, drawn out, and overwritten. Not overwritten, just drawn out. But this really snaps along quite well. And it really sounds like George Saunders, the actor, wrote the book, which he did not. In fact, his involvement was next to nothing. Saunders was actually a lazy good-for-nothing, really, who did a ton of work. But in the end, he killed himself saying he was bored in 72 or so. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of, well, maybe I can make use of that brown. Make her look like she's moving, which I like. Okay, I hate that little snappy snap background noise. Oh, there we go. Okay, back. Okay. Oh, well, happy birthday to you, Caroline. Happy birthday to you. I have a lot of friends who's having birthdays. Today is Don Epps' birthday, who's head of the Seminole County here in Florida, Seminole County Historical Society, and Brevard County Commissioner Kim Delaney having her birthdays today. And happy birthday to you over there. Do you have cake and ice cream and all that? I hope. We have plenty of it. And have a good night, if you will. And thank you for being here. Hope you come back. Love talking UK stuff. Didn't even start to talk about the history of the area. And not once did I bring up the name Keir Starmer. Not even once. Well, okay, I just did. I just ruined it all. Well, I was a frequenter of Question Time at one time. Back in the old Betty Boothroyd days. Okay, yeah, I think that I have found some answers to my light blue problem. This actually works. This is what my friend Dennis Kaminsky said would occur. He is quite correct. It's different from what I was doing before. I think the other I may have done on watercolor paper. It didn't work. This is working on board. If you think it works, I'd love to get some input. A lot more consistency. Yeah, I'm grateful for the interaction here today. I'm used to drawing and talking. 46 years of doing that professionally. It's hard not to. Well, it is. I get bored. I start to get sleepy. Yesterday, I was falling asleep here doing this because there's no interaction. I mean, there are people here, but they weren't interacting. Mr. White was here. He was interacting just briefly. Much better with that. All right, I think this still needs more, but well, I don't know. I'm not sure what it needs, but it needs something. You know what it could use? It's something I've been avoiding. Two colors you avoid, black and red, but this just needs some. Actually, I could do this with colored pencil, maybe a little more successfully. Take some chances with this. Oh, you chatted here before. Well, thank you. Please come back and have a great birthday. Yes, I listened to a radio series, a Serenade Radio out of the UK, and the great Mark Stein does his program at noon on Saturdays and, well, Eastern Standard Time. I have to think about the 5-hour difference. So it's noon here on Saturdays and 12:30 on Sundays. Great programs. A lot of great history of music. Stein is brilliant. Oddly enough, he can't get that program done here in the U.S. He has to go to the UK to get it done, of course. Now, I don't believe he's being paid for it. He's doing it all gratis because it just history needs to be there. Yeah, that definitely helps enormously. Look at that. I think that's a lot better. Yeah, add a little bit here too. How about a sun in the sky? Then I would need to do some reflection. I need to do that in some of these. In fact, I want to do a series with suns. Suns. Yes, I'm interplanetary, and we have suns here. Well, yes, if you interact with me at 1 or 2 a.m., your time or our time. But the later it is, the more I'm probably a little sleepy and a little not quite as gregarious as I may be right now. Yesterday I was really gregarious. That helps. But still, I got bored and tired. Much like George Sanders, oddly enough. Well, I guess that'll have to do it. Just, she still seems like it's missing something. I'm not sure what. Well, I gotta let it go. Maybe it won't go anywhere. I think I may have put too many details or something on there. All right. Speaking of details, why did I find? Was it this one that was water? Well, how could this be? No, these aren't the same, are they? I'm sorry, I'm mixing these up. So this is not waterproof, and this is waterproof. And the gray works better because I'm doing Ladybug. No, that really disappears, doesn't it? But it does clean up some, doesn't it? Yeah, I've got a whole bunch more of these. Well, I need to do some Christmas. Oh, okay. So it was well around this time then. What time is it? 6:19. Egots. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, no. So it was around 8 o'clock this time. Yeah, I would usually do lives around 7 p.m. Um, here in the U.S. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably do something sometime tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I'll do something before I go to the ice cream social Sunday. But I won't do the. It won't be late because I won't get back from that social till later. And I need to keep drawing every day right now. That's the answer, I hope, to my dwindling faculties. If I'm coming up with a different combination here I wasn't thinking of. Here we go. And the week after this, I'll be at the Daytona Beach Comic Con a week from Sunday. The 7th is the plan. That could change. But right now, that's the plan. I mean, my life has been recently, I don't like saying I'm definitely doing nothing. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing a lot. Speaking about birthdays, I have a little person. Little Aaliyah turns 4 years old on Monday. Not mine, but it's like basically granddaughter. She turns 4 years old, and I'll do something for her birthday here. Well, maybe we'll need to do that on Facebook because Amber doesn't seem to connect here. I'll have to figure it out. I may do it on Facebook. Oh, that's also that Labor Day thing. See, with the UK, you don't have this Labor Day nonsense. What a waste of time. What a horrible waste of time. Okay. I'm going to have to use the ground. Okay, so we're not going to come up. I hope if I do that. Let's see. There's nothing around this. So I actually already did the beginning to the happy birthday thing for her, and I'll just have to finish it. Is that working? I mean, Amber's birthday is the 7th. Amber Louise. Maybe maybe I'll do something when I'm out around Daytona Beach. Or well, actually, I'll be more in D-land. How's that looking? Oh yeah, that's definitely standing out more. Okay. Let me tell you. Where are they? Where are they? Oops. Okay, definitely not solve my problem with them rolling off quickly. Oh, here they are. I'm thinking, why don't I have any of my gray brush markers? Here's a whole set just sitting here. I'm not going to use it right now because I've already started this, so I'm going to keep going because it'll really change how they look. I like how this looks right here. But I'm open to other viewpoints. Let's see here. Let me grab one of these guys. I can't remember what is what. Yeah, 4 years old. They don't realize. Well, they don't, and they won't remember being 4 years old either. This was shocking. Some remember a little bit. Most don't. And most are told not to remember. Just talking to my friend Nadia, or chat, or we're sending messages to my friend Nadia Bloom, who's a youngster at 20, whatever, 27, I think. How there's such an effort to, wait a minute, I lost my music here. Oh, there goes my. Such an effort to hide history. I mean, that's another thing great about the UK. There's no hiding history. It's everywhere. And that's how it should be here, too. But especially here in Florida, we do such a concerted effort to hide history. Mostly by government. Okay, now let me check up. Let me do a check here. Waiting for this. Well, I was not caught up with me at all. How far behind is it? Behind me. There we go. Ooh, my live fell backwards. Okay. Is that looking too harsh? Ooh, I see. I have 2 lines going on here. Didn't know that. In fact, what I'd like to do with some of this is have them at one of the Christmas events. Ooh, that's a thought. I wonder how much it would be at Sam's house Christmas event. Oh. I just need to get my Swampy's Florida volumes to a higher level. A lot, I mean, not a higher level. More of them done. Sam's house is a historic site in Brevard County on the east coast of Florida. It's an old property. They do a wonderful Christmas event. And now where I need to be with what I have needs to be at historical sites. See, if I was in the UK, I could do them anywhere. But here, in fact, there's a big event called Macintosh Festival not far from where I am, and it got sliced and diced. And it was able to get back, but there was a real effort to get rid of it. And look, all my Swampy's Florida pages were all hacked away. They're gone, not to return, unless I remake them. And I just wonder if I'm just going to get, because I brought back a couple and they got hacked again. Yes, 1066. Sometimes that price will come up when I buy something, and I'll say, the great. Well, it wasn't just 1066. I mean, it's amazing how we had so many battles here, and there's so little. My friend Thomas Cito is an animator out of California, of all places, and he does such a. Here, I need a darker gray. He does such a great job. He's been posting about the George Washington and the battles going on against the British back when. Those unpleasant days, if you will. But there's so little known about it, and so it's not just an effort to try to keep. There we go. N55. I think I may need to go get myself some of them. That's working. That's working good. What do you think? I think that's working good. But finding places that even have historic markers. It's funny how we fought to get historic markers put up, and often they're in the middle of a road, on the side of a road, with 55, 65 mile an hour traffic. And there's no way to pull off, no way to see it. it's just so blatantly an effort to try to hide the history. And I've been part of some of those about trying to put up markers, and there's such an effort wherever it's coming from to try to get them away and hidden. I understand very well right-of-way issues. Too well I understand those. I understand that, but clearly there's an effort to get them not to be seen. Very sad, but that's why we have so many dunderheads here in the U.S. It's a concerted effort, and it's successful. And then they get mad. They're not good workers anymore, and the drug use is out of this world because the people don't appreciate their land to want to be a part of it. So they work to escape it in the worst way possible. So how's that looking? I think I'm slowly. Well, I'm not sure. I'm trying to. Something I've been told is try to keep these simple. If you let me get at it, I'm going to put so much detail. Like, for example, the next one coming up here, I'll put in so much detail. I'm good at that. A lot of detail. I'm still trying to figure out what these king's crowns mean. So you were at number 2, you suddenly became number 1. So somebody else, wasn't that Andrea who's 1, I guess? Now, why would she be 1? No, you're 1. And then Andrea became 2. And then you dropped to 2. She went to 1. I don't understand the whole crown thing. That seems to just start happening. Oh yeah, that's much darker. See, this is getting into the area that I'm better at. Just doing black line. But I'm trying to do something that's more. There, let's get to the point here. But doing those Enid Blyton are much more my forte than doing these little soft line things. Not my training is in soft line. Tell the story. But I do need to do ones with sons. I do need to do some happy birthday ones, too. And the reason I'm going to the comic book show is I'm scouting it as a potential. It's not a place that what I do really would be that palatable, because it's so much history based, and I don't care about the art stuff. So art show, absolutely the wrong, worst possible place for me. Yeah, I like this a lot. I'm getting closer to a black line.
You know with YouTube Premium you can watch ad-free, on the go, and in the background. Did you also know you get the YouTube Music app? You can watch them anywhere and download videos automatically. They miss you. Come back to Premium.
And I may just end up going right back to what I'm used to doing, black line, or at least a dark gray one. This is much more my. Subtleties aren't my strength. That's right here. Yeah, I'm trying to. My main push for this happy animals, actually, as I call it when I do these live, is that, especially here in the U.S., everything's angry. Movies, TV, everything's angry. Everything's the writer, the Irish writer, they're very popular. Big name, can't think of it. I've done a series from his books, but he's so depressing. His books are so depressing. Me, even Colin Dexter, as I was reading through not just the Morse books, but some other writings, he especially as he got older, he got darker and darker and darker. I just don't understand it. People can't have happy books. That's what I do like about Craig Rice. And I've been just reading a book by a man by the name of Richard Powell. He's here in the U.S. And Richard Powell wrote some very snappy, funny books, which is very different from what he ended up writing later. Not that they were nothing like Ian Rankin. Ian Rankin, very depressing, sad. I tried. I think I read two, and I don't see me. I had owned most of them because I thought I was really going to like them, and I really can't. I have a friend, Craig Pittman, who likes Rankin a lot, but he likes those sad, depressing books, and I don't. I will say that Craig Pittman and I are a very different political ilk, and I wonder if that's it too. I believe we should be. I'm more of an optimist about things, and we should also laugh a lot more. Oh, I see something I'm forgetting. I have a hand here. I have a hand, a ladybug hand I forgot about. Yeah, Brino's still being done. That I've seen that available here in the U.S., but I can't recall where. We don't have much in the way of British. We have a store called Publix, and Publix they have a big aisle full of a bunch of Spanish. Yuck! I can't stand any of that stuff. Aisle, the beans and all that mess. But then there's little sections of German, and I do love German food and French. But there's a British section, and it includes, of course, Jamie Dodgers and the mushy peas, and it includes a lot of those wonderful Lion candy bar, and I do like to peruse those and pick those up occasionally to support them. I'd rather see the British there than the Mexican, Spanish speaking foods. I don't understand. Also, why not? Because it's funny. Some other British and other European foods are mixed in with everything else. Well, it all should be mixed in with everything else. Why is it segregated? Something I'm very much against segregation. like having all the Spanish-speaking foods in one place. That doesn't make sense to me. All right, and I still haven't signed this either. And I know you in the UK are having a huge problem with people trying to segregate based on, of all things, religious. It's like we're revisiting 1066 all over again. And basically are. And a lot of people don't even know what 1066 is to know why this is a familiar trail that's been taken, except it's being done in support of the British government. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to say that one's done. Even though I think, oh, I was going to do some light blue. That's right. Pooh. Forgot real quickly. Blue, light blue. All right, yeah, let me do this again. This works. First time I found the light blue stuff working for me, and I'm doing it like this. This is very different. Just watch, I'll start doing it too fast, and I'll screw it all up. Bound to happen. Bound to happen. Okay, I need to do it a little darker. That's what I've learned here. I gotta do it a little darker. No, I've been paint. I'm not. I don't consider myself a painter. I've been trained by some very, very, very good people, but I've had trouble trying to get the sky blue in the background. And I love, if I was better at it, I'd put clouds and sun and everything. It's just something I'm not strong with at all. I want to do it so I can do it faster, more. This may be the way. I may have discovered it here. Could also be I'm more awake than I usually am. Could be it's a Monday and it is Monday, isn't it? I forget. I'm so confused. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of mushy peas. I do like, in fact, do I have one? I don't have it handy, do I? I do like and it's funny how good it is. Do you want to have one here? No, I don't think this one's salt. The ambrosia cans of custard and rice puddings, those are great. Those are really surprisingly good, and about probably one of the worst things you could probably buy, which is canned milk products. One thing is if it's powdered, but it's not powdered. But they are very good. Surprisingly so. I highly recommend them. And if you're listening and you're in Publix and you see, or anywhere, and see those ambrosia custard or rice puddings, I think they're sale priced, or were at least. I'm not sure they still are. $2.69 sale price, $2.69. But I think they're quite good. This is Friday. I don't believe it. I think that's a hoax. It's a conspiracy theory. It's been quite a week of accomplishment for me. I'm very tickled with all that I've gotten done, and somewhat very surprised. But I need to get a lot of artwork done, and this does it. Doing it live or doing it somewhere else, and I need to create videos because we are going to put most of these for sale. Hopefully, I'll be working at a speed where I won't even be able to do it live, because I'll be knocking them out so fast. But we'll see. Maybe they won't sell and I won't do it anymore. We'll find out. So have some little bit of consistency issues here, but I think this works okay. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, by the way, if you have, keep yourself hydrated. I've got myself, this isn't UK at all, this is frosty orange drink with me. I spent far too much time on this one drawing. I better call it closed, or I'll. Why don't you do this? This is the last one. Yeah, why mess around? Yes, that's it. Ambrosia Devon custard, exactly. Those are really, really good. In fact, I'd say they're as better than what you'll get fresh. And they're made in the UK and brought over. Amazing, but true. And the rice pudding, too. You can find them in the international foods aisle of Publix and probably some other grocery stores, too. You probably order them online, but I've never looked for them online. I like to buy things from a store, especially food stuff. Though I admittedly, this is tricky here. Got to watch myself. Yeah, that does work better like that. Yeah, I'm not quite to black line, but I'm really skittered back there here. Can't help it. Oh, today's Friday, so Neil Adams' daughters did do a program last night, or I missed it. I got real tired last night. I really messed up. Didn't really sleep last night quite, or didn't. I don't know. Really messed up. 15. Yeah, we were a little cooler because it was we've had a very very extremely dry summer, which is extremely dangerous for us because we have such a dry um, fall coming up. So we desperately need storms, so we're not even getting hurricanes or tropical storms. It's very very bad because of how many people live here now and the amount of water they draw out. It's really, really bad. It was good to hear the thunderstorm, the thunder and lightning a little bit ago. Hope it rained torrentially. Yes, I do like to. I also want to make sure these people keep their jobs. I don't want everything to go out the window. I don't want cashiers. I was in a grocery store yesterday. I made sure I went to a cashier. I want them to have their jobs. Even though eventually the self checkout is going to go away, it always does. It has to. It always has the same problem, and that is the lossy issue. The thievery becomes too much to deal with. I'm not quite doing that like I should be. Because that hand, I don't know if I can salvage that even. Poor inking on my part. Because I've not been using black line, I'm playing around. Okay, now going back to the. Well, actually, this has a small one too. All this music's on YouTube, by the way. I don't know if this is still the Estonia group. I don't think so. I don't hear no mandolins. It is the mandolin orchestra with some electric guitars. Well, being a Florida boy, worked very well in the UK because I'm used to it raining all the time. That's why when it doesn't rain, it's really strange to me. I know something's wrong. And also, that makes it really hot. And that means it dries out the rain, which of course causes it to evaporate, giving us even less water. So we need that water. I think I know what I need to do here. Let me look at this wing. Yeah, see, if I'd done this the other way around first, this would look much better. Should have put the black line at the. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm avoiding the obvious what I need to do. One step darker. Get that hand so it's coming out at you. As I say, I'm a big fan of comic book artist Neil Adams. And his thing I learned as a wee one was things coming out at you. I thought that was fascinating, giving you some sense of depth. Ooh, don't really care for that sound. Ugh. I need that to go away. To anything. All right. So how's that? Does that look okay? this will work. They don't want to break open the colored pencils. See, if I'd done the gray line to begin with, I wouldn't have to worry about doing this. I would have done it right to begin with. So that's that. I guess I was coming here to these crossroads anyway. I'm just going to have to outline with dark gray and go over it. Then I'll speed up considerably. Thank you, Chris Maycock. Thank you very much for coming by. Where are you located? Caroline's over in the UK. She's having a birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Caroline. I need more depth here. And thank you, Chris. I need to hear that from both. Thank you and Caroline. And this is territory I don't usually cover, and I'm trying to make it work. Yeah, I'm just going to outline. Yes, this is I'm over. Well, it's not a sketch. It's an illustration. It's a watercolor illustration. I couldn't get past very late last night at all. I couldn't believe I just kind of collapsed. I don't really know why. But so it goes. All right, I'm calling this. I need to sign it. Ooh, I need to use a pen. That works. That's a good idea. All right, there we go. We got a lot done here. I got a lot done here. Somebody got a lot done here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very well. Thank you very all for being here. Tomorrow, now I don't know what that is in the UK. I'm a senior citizen as of 3 weeks ago to tomorrow, Saturday, which is almost Saturday in your time. Saturday, I started getting my Social Security check, so I'm now a senior citizen technically. But I'm not sure what it is. But you have a great day, birthday day, and hope you get a lot of cake and ice cream and have fun and go out. I always say on your birthday you should take the day and do whatever it is you want. Just do whatever you want to do. And if you want to work, then work. If you don't want to work, don't work. Whatever you'd like to do, you do. I think that's one day, if nothing else. As I say, I'm against federal holidays. I think those are ridiculous. But or government holidays like that. But your birthday you should take for your very own. The only day you can really say it is your very own. All right. Well, you have a great day, Caroline. Look forward to seeing you next time. And so Chris Maycock and Andrea Kaczynski and anyone else who comes by. Thank you all for being here. Y'all have a great day, a great night, and I'll see you all later. This is Rob Smith Jr. Have a good night. Good night.